What up, gang? It's a Friday night. It's a beautiful Friday night. It is the kind of Friday night that we're waiting for a Luke Winky letter reading. So, I want to catch you up to date. I had 2 letters to the judge that I finished reading. One was dated April 18th was the postmark, and the court received it on the 22nd of April of 2024. And pretty much he's just calling the judge a D-bag. Like, you're bullshit, talking to you. Talking about how some lady named Fonda is pretty sweet. Okay. So, nonsense. And then there's another letter from postmark May 3rd, received by the court on May 6th. I promised myself I would not send another letter for how you made me feel on April 16th. Yada, yada. So this one, just another... he just is rambling. He's rambling. He talks about our buddy Rod Edwards here and how he, like, used to be into psychics or something, and he's in an Orleans County shithole, and he ends this letter. That's what I wanted to leave you with. He ends this particular letter on the 6th of May to the judge. Now I have all kinds of time to masturbate to the thoughts of Benjamin Teeter. In this new room, I'm in as the guy from Massachusetts confirmed on his laptop notes. I do. Next, I'll write a letter to John Orsovich, who is not good at answering phone calls. Luke Winky. Like, you're writing a letter to a judge to say that you're not insane, and then you end it with masturbating. So, like, you're nuts. So anyways, this one received May 25th, 2024. That's the postmark date. I probably received it shortly thereafter. He's in New Albion, South Platts Road. So, Code Enforcement Deputy Doherty, and then it's addressed to my house. Just showing you there. Hasn't even been opened. Thank God it's 1 page. Those letters to the judge were like 3-4 pages a piece. It's 7 pages. I read them, so you didn't and I didn't read them on the show, just for you. Page 1. Read this entire letter. You will get paid. Ask the Salamanca Planning Board member if he needs help with anything. Use my name all you want. The court is pissing me off by dragging their feet, ending this. I am absolutely suing people because of my situation. This is an underlined promise. You and John Crawford's sister June grow shrooms together. Like, no, we don't. And secondly, like, my wife is not John Crawford's sister. So, like, I just can't with this guy. Like, who is actually legally sending this letter to you at this point anyways? ? John Sinatra's court cannot tell anyone, or cannot tell anymore. A letter to an inmate that doesn't exist, named B. Tallywhack, and that was in quotes, was sent to this place Saturday, May 18th, claiming Officer Pavlov's lady lover, Katie Valentine, was coming here to bail out Benjamin faggot douchebag Teeter. John Sinatra's court can't even trust notarized letters claiming to be from me anymore. None of the family had it in them to tell me, and then this whole paragraph is like got a bracket over it. None of the family had it in them to tell me what the Olean Circle Jerk Club thinks it can do to my house until my sister Camille told me on the phone on May 22nd. Unlike John and June Crawford, who are no relation, that's not in the letter, just pointing that out. I do not deny sibling relationships, and I look forward to pinpointing their immediate family relations at the next city council meeting I go to. Like, you're so dumb. Like, it's not even important. Like, what you're discussing, like, even if John and June were siblings, like, who cares? And secondly, they're not. So still, who cares? Still not alcoholic, baby. All right. Kevin Bartholomew gets a put on the head. Oh, a pat. His handwriting is so atrocious. Kevin Bartholomew gets a pat on the head from Congressman Tom Reed, and that is the furthest extent of his federal relations. Not me. My federal relations are so deep, they're all forging my handwriting, claiming to be B. Tallywhack. And that's in quotes. First of all, Lori Hunt at CCSE Credit Union of Salamanca will confirm I have collateral against my house. Joe Bandelman, and in parentheses, also my mother's insurance agent, knows my father, remembers Katie Valentine from my case from Brewers Martial Arts, closed parentheses. Knows my house insurance is all paid in full, and Jeff Bish of the town of Olean volunteer firefighters is on top of malicious arson activity at all times. The next bracket around a paragraph, which looks like it doesn't go to the next page, just this tiny little bracket that's here. Go walk around my house. Go estimate the price of a brand new front porch and paint for the entire exterior. Do not inflate the price, and go do a Life22 video. No. At the top of the paragraph, or the top of the... All right, so I guess that's the... Okay. Carl Palladino for U.S. Ambassador to Brazil. He won in U.S. Appeals Court as of April 2024 at the new restaurant on Broad Street of Salamanca, informing my mother, Janet McCall, and Jeff Bish of the town of Olean volunteer firefighters the price you came up with for those two things and those two things only. That is all that house needs. Oh, okay. So the Carl Palladino statement at the top, that is actually separate than what this is. So he was saying, do a Life22 video at the new restaurant on Broad Street. Okay. That is all the house needs to satisfy the ghost of its former owner, Bob Jennings' brother, two failed 2017 mayoral candidate Ed Jennings, Ed and Bob, John and June, siblings. You're so stupid, Luke. Frank Passifum said to me in January 2024, this can be time served, no more probation. I will be marching around Olean again before everyone knows it. Phenomenal. Through Frank's help, we will be getting the U.S. Space Force and Homeland Security contracted into Siemens Dresser-Rand. All federal cyber stalking 18 USCS convictions of 2020s will be repealed and replaced by producing everything needed to enforce decades-old Article 3, Section 2, Constitution circumstances like mine after an inevitable U.S. Supreme Court overturn. Through Frank Passifum's help, we will be making Jeff Bish a local federal halfway house worker, Katie Valentine of Olean, multi-unit owner. Barry Broughton will receive national notoriety designing inevitable classes for the Presumptive Second Step Act, and water infrastructure repairs will be federally contracted into Olean, all through the help of Frank Passifum. You have a lot of faith in your public defender, my friend. A lot of faith. He put a bracket on the side, just to reading that part to you now. I don't just make shit up. These things are perfectly possible. Yes. Anything is possible. I'd tell the kid at Wendy's that tonight when I was driving through the drive-thru. He said absolutely. And I said to him, there are no absolutes in this world. And then he chuckled. Is that absolutely everything you need, sir? I said, well, there are no absolutes, but I'm fine. And I continued on my way. So anything is possible, Luke. This all comes after time served, no more probation. This all comes once the code enforcement deputies acknowledged the Constitution's equal protections under the law, that portion was in quotes, in terms of my house being no different than all of Olean. Also, Peter Marcus once sued the city of Olean and won. I know Peter Marcus. Okay. So, go calculate a price for completely replacing the entire front porch and painting my house. Colors of my choice, and go inform the new Salamanca restaurant's owners the price. Call up Michael Crick of Salamanca Planning Board at 716-307-6172. Read 1 Corinthians 12 and 1 Samuel 28 of the Bible to him, and congratulate him for accurately predicting my dead grandmother wanting my house fixed and then putting me into protective custody. And then he has an arrow pointing to the call up Michael Crick, and it says, because it's underlined, that whole section all the way up to the end of his phone number. He has money and needs help with things. I have talked to him from here. All right, gang. Are you excited? You excited? That was your Friday night, baby. Friday night. And the feeling's right. Well, wasn't that a beautiful reading of the Luke? Another episode of Luke Seminar. We'll catch you guys tomorrow when I air the video I'm about to record on Life22. See you guys. See you tomorrow.